Spurs fans, I was looking at some stats this morning, and I gotta say, I was legit shocked at what I saw. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. 60 wins last night, Spurs fans. First time in a decade. However, it came with a cost. Wemby was injured in the first half, a rib contusion. At the time of this video, we do not know how long he'll be out. Will he miss a game? 2 games? Is it going to cost him Defensive Player of the Year? Is he going to miss some playoff time? Fingers crossed, he will be okay. But as far as what I found this morning, what is good and bad, it's in regards to our Cerberus, our three-headed monster. And I want to look at specifically since the All-Star break. First up, Stephon Castle. 30 minutes a game, 17 points, 5.5 boards, 8 assists. Turnovers are down, 2.8. His shooting splits, 49, 41, 77. I think we all knew Steph has been playing well since the All-Star break, but he has been killing it. Absolutely nailing his catch-and-shoot threes, slinging that D. Yes, he needs to work on his turnovers, and he's been getting some foul trouble. But overall, Stephon Castle, year number 2, excellent. And then up next, this was actually what prompted the video, this right here. Oh my. Dylan Harper, since the All-Star break, in 24 minutes a game, 13.5 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, 1.5 turnovers. You might be like, TSR, what's oh my about that? Look at his shooting splits. 58, 49, and 72. While his free throw shooting could use some work, 58/49 is insane, especially for a rookie. The only thing holding Dylan Harper back at this moment is opportunity. He has 6 in field goal attempts per game right now on the Spurs. If he was a starter on another team, yeah, those stats, or our team for that matter, those stats obviously would be much higher. But right now, area 52, sure, why not 5? There's an area 52, isn't there? Or is there? They are absolutely cooking. Let's talk about De'Aaron Fox. This is also since the All-Star break. 29 minutes, 16.5 points, 3.5 boards, 6 assists, 2 turnovers, shooting splits of 50, 28, and 66. These are starter quality stats. However, when you look at that, this is going to come to a lot of Spurs pop up in their head, is these are not max contract stats. And I will give credit, we have to give credit, for sacrificing his game for the development of the young guys, with Stephon Castle taking the lead at point guard, etc., etc. However, I don't know if it's just me when I'm watching these games, but it seems like there's times on the court when he's just kind of going through the motions. Many of you said, TSR, don't worry, he will produce in the playoffs. And I sincerely hope you're right, because this is not going to be enough in the playoffs. He hasn't had a lot of playoff experience, and his playoff track record is iffy, to say the least. This is De'Aaron Fox's playoff record with the Kings, or playoff stats, if you will. 39 minutes, 27 points, over 5 boards, almost 8 assists. And if you stop right there, that is fantastic. That is a max contract player. 27, 5, and 8. Yeah, max contract. However, when you look at the bottom 2 stats, turnovers at 4 a game, in shooting splits of 42, 33, 76, that leaves a little to be desired. That will not get it done in the playoffs either. So, circle back around, Spurs fans. I have a question for you. In regards to De'Aaron Fox, what do you think of him? And please, let's not try to attack each other for sharing our opinions on De'Aaron Fox in the comments, because I know he's certainly under scrutiny, especially with that loss with the Denver Nuggets. But do you think De'Aaron Fox is a great player in a bit of a slump, who is sacrificing his game and will produce in the playoffs? Do you think he is B, Fox is a good player that was a stat compiler on a bad team in the Sacramento Kings? We've seen a lot of players that put up fantastic stats because they're on a bad team. They're the guy. They go somewhere else, and they never quite produce again to that magnitude. Or do you think De'Aaron Fox is C, a guy that got paid and is going to slowly become an average to above average player? Unfortunately, we have also seen in the NBA, MLB, NFL, etc., when guys get a huge contract, they never produce like they did before that contract. As far as me, what do I think? I think Fox is somewhere between A and B. He can be a good to great player depending on the game. He was a stat compiler on a bad Kings team, but I do think he will produce when needed. Everybody's entitled to a bad game, and that Denver game is under a lot of scrutiny, and I get it. He made a lot of mistakes, but he's also not perfect. Nobody on this team is perfect. There were a lot of guys that night against Denver that struggled. Fox, Castle missed all his threes. Keldon missed all his threes. I think the three of them were combined like 0 for, 14 or 16? So he's entitled to a bad game. It happened at the worst time, but it's going to happen to everybody on this team. And as far as the did you know, as we circle all the way back around to the beginning, since the All-Star break, Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper, at least statistically, but eyeball test tells me they are as well, are outplaying De'Aaron Fox. And that's where things get really interesting for our Spurs. And this is where I, of course, hope you guys engage in the comments below. What do you see the future of our backcourt? Do we see an instance where all three start? Fox at the 1, Harper at the 2, or vice versa, Castle at the 3. Steph is obviously strong enough to play the 3 spot. Or do you see a trade of De'Aaron Fox in the next year or two? Do you think he stays with the Spurs his entire contract? Because our rookie and our second-year player, Castle and Harper, we're literally watching them progress right before our eyes. They are leveling up, if you will. And De'Aaron Fox is, at least since the All-Star break, regressing a little. And is that because of his play, an unknown injury, or because he continued to sacrifice his game for the betterment of the team, for the development of Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper? I don't know the answer to that, of course. We'll find out in the playoffs, because he's going to need to be the former clutch player of the year in the playoffs. He can't be going out there going 4-12 on a regular basis, missing all his threes, and just not being that clutch guy. We know he has the clutch gene. He has it, but we're going to need it big time in the playoffs. I'm very curious, Spurs fans, how this is going to play over the next few years, because if Harper and Castle continue on this trajectory, there's only so many minutes, and I don't think the three-headed monster works. Or maybe it does. But we can't have Harper keep coming off the bench the way he's developing. He's got to be a starter next year. What happens with the starting lineup? Does Vassell go to the bench? Well, let's explore that. Devin Vassell off the bench with Keldon? Maybe. You generally don't like paying guys $25 million to come off the bench, but if Harper's outplaying him, which as of late he is, you can't keep him on the bench. Do they move on from Vassell? A lot of question marks on our Spurs. No matter all the question marks, though, it's not gloom and doom, because we're in second place in the Western Conference, and we're only going to get better. So it might sound like TSR being a little negative. No, I'm just throwing out the scenarios. Fox is clearly down a little bit. Our other two guys are up. What's that mean for the future of the team? Whatever happens, I think the future is bright. It's just going to be very curious, interesting, however you want to call it, to see how Brian Wright handles the roster over these next few years and what De'Aaron Fox's involvement is, if he's part of the Spurs for his entire contract, or if Area 52 is our backcourt of the future, the now and future, and we move on from Fox and, I don't know, trade Fox in a pick or two to get a starting power forward that we desperately need. That's the one thing this team is missing. I think we all can agree, a legit big that can shoot and defend at the 4. And once that's happened, the journey will be complete. I don't know where I'm going with that. I don't know. Drop a comment down below everything we talked about. Very curious on your feedback on this. I know there's some people that do not like De'Aaron Fox on the channel. I get it. You don't like the trade. I get it. But please begin to be respectful as possible as in the comments. And then for those of you that love De'Aaron Fox, or if you're somewhere in the middle, drop a comment. Hit the Something Like Sports channel. That's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, thank you, and as always, go Spurs, go!